It just didn't work out. It wasn't a good fit. It wasn't meant to be. To embark upon the journey of romance is to accept, in some small measure, the possibility of failure. Now, there are many psychologists, relationship gurus, Cosmopolitan magazine, who offer secrets, tricks to ensure success in dating. But what happens when you check every box? When you do everything right, when you are the correct candidate, and you still fail? In recent years, a surprising trend has emerged in dating statistics where successful men from the city are being left en masse for country bumpkins and blue-collar workers. We tracked down some of these men to learn their stories. I'm Michael Whispers, and this is Hallmarked.
My name is Samuel.
My name is Aiden.
My name is Jason Gregg.
My name is Jake.
I am a development manager.
I'm an actor.
Data packets, security protocols,
I'm a consultant.
front-ending the back end,
I'm a lawyer for Johnson, Smith Johnson.
rear-ending the front loads.
And I'm single.
I'm single.
Single.
We met at one of my firm's parties. Her bakery was catering.
I met Monica on a set, actually. I thought she was a production assistant, so I asked her for a cup of coffee.
We met at a hot goat yoga meditation.
Yeah, she was the director. Things didn't turn out very well after that.
The connection, I felt, was just immediate.
They had to reapply all my makeup because of how red I had turned.
Well, when we first met, see, I was consulting for this guy, and she was trying to get an interview with him. He didn't want to do the interview, so he got me to get rid of her. I got rid of him instead, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, things weren't too good for about a month. You know, every week or so, Monica would talk to me a little bit more, and then,
We hit it off as soon as we saw each other.
She was intelligent, driven, breathing, nearby.
She was hot.
we got close, things really clicked, and it was nice being on the same page with someone. You know that feeling?
And the moment when she said yes, it was the happiest day of my life. That was before it happened.
It all started to go wrong, though, when Monica's grandfather passed away and she had to go back to her hometown where she grew up.
Everybody knew that she was from a small town. She talked about it like she'd escaped from a cult.
So she was chosen for this baking competition. You know, the big one.
But this time is for work.
I supported her. And not just because she would trample a bus full of special needs kittens for the right kind of baking flour, but because I believed in her. She's a phenomenal baker.
She was helping her grandmother fix up the property, and she was not qualified for that role, if you know what I mean. So I finally talked her into getting a contractor. Yeah, it was my idea.
She was going to do an interview with this famous writer.
Bank needed an inspection on a foreclosure on a no-kill nonprofit blind dyslexic puppy shelter.
And then she had to drive for hours to get to this ranch out in the middle of nowhere. Cowboys, cows, horses, the whole 9 yards.
So she gets to the competition. And then, twist, there's a last minute change. Suddenly this year they want to focus on couples. I tell you, she should have just let me read over the contract. That's literally what I do. But lo and behold, there happens to be one other person who's in the same boat.
Well, it turns out she had hardly made any progress whatsoever. Apparently an old friend of hers from high school works at the shelter, and he'd been giving her trouble.
Like, okay, you remember him from high school, but who wants to remember high school, right?
we talked, and she said, I'm gonna destroy him in his stupid, handsome face. Those were the exact words. I remember them vividly.
This was her dream. So I said, hey, you can do this. Just put up with him for now. You can do this. It's not like I could help with the baking.
Well, the next thing that I know, she's working at the shelter.
Yeah, she won. She won the whole thing. So I was happy. I was happy for her. She achieved her dream. But after that day, something changed about her. And this was leading up to our wedding. So we were going through wedding preparations and something seemed off. I figured it was just wedding jitters. Yeah.
I thought amnesia was like super rare, right? Like needle in a haystack, nobody gets it.
Okay, so you were mistaken for a new volunteer, and they were busy, but you couldn't clear up that misunderstanding before the end of a 10-hour shift. She
Didn't remember me at all, which hurt, But the doctor said that it was important that she be around loved ones, friends, and family. I didn't think she should leave her hometown, so I decided to take time off of work and book a flight.
Next time we had talked together, it was like she was a completely different person. She's using words like Christmassy and magical and relax and
The wedding day.
so I booked a flight to Dinkyville, Idaho.
So everyone's in their places, music's playing.
And when I get there, the woman that I love, the independent, witty, sarcastic, hardworking girl, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, has been replaced with some LL Bean looking woman soccer mom with her frickin' Carhartt jacket.
The priest says, if anyone objects to this wedding, please speak now. Let me ask you, why do they do that?
I've never seen so much flannel in all my life.
What reason would there be for someone to object to a wedding? Why is that okay? Sorry, I'm sorry.
And she's standing there beside that. Freaking cheeseless quesadilla looking dude.
Lo and behold, here comes Mr. Rival breaking through the doors. People cheered! Can you...
This is the guy that dropped the 2x4 on her head in the first place.
I'm sorry.
Why am I the only one who remembers that?
She got hooked up with this cowboy guy. I mean, a cowboy.
I would walk into a room and it was like I was invisible.
I think he owned like 500,000 acres or something like that. So it turned out great for her, just not for me.
I had to walk down the stairs of my own wedding.
It was like I was being edited out of her life.
I get it, okay? I really do. I get it. He's a nice guy. He's like 6'4", looking like a North Face model.
They took the cake. They painted the groom to make him white.
I finally just left, went home.
I just don't know what I could have done differently.
They took my ticket and they went on the honeymoon.
She never called. She never texted.
Second time a girl's dumped me for someone better.
Do you know what it's like to be a minor plot point in someone else's story?
Yeah, the first one was with Brooke.
She never even sent me an emoji.
She ran off with this, I think he was an actual prince, one of those tiny European countries that you've literally never heard of, but everybody sounds British, even though it's not England.
She's out here making snickerdoodles.
He was masquerading as a mailman. I think that one was called Royal Mail. It was heartwarming.
Maybe I should start dropping 2x4s on women's heads. You know, maybe then I'll come out on top. My agent doesn't like that I just said that, so let's not use that part of the interview. But you know, dropping a 2x4 on Monica's head worked out for that guy, didn't it?
No. Stop mentioning the 2x4s. Shh.
I didn't say a word.
When he asked, does anyone object, he didn't ask if I object to the objection. I object. There's no judge to say sustained. It's just, does anyone object? Yes, cool. I guess you lose then, groom.
You know, I still don't know if she ever remembered me.
I'm thinking about taking up cheese making. There's a festival in Edinburgh. I'm planning on making a trip out there.
I still have her stuff. Hello? I think I'll have a garage sale. It's probably the only way I'll get closure.
So what conclusions may we draw here at the end of the day? What is it about a small town like this and the men who live here that's so destructive to these relationships? If you know the secret, I know some men who'd like to know. Perhaps all we can conclude is this. In matters of the heart and in matters of love, we're still every bit as lost as we've always... I'm sorry, I'm getting a call.
Oh, come on, man.
I've been waiting on this. Yes. Clarice. Yes. Yeah. Of course, yes. But the funny story is, I'm actually here in town. I decided to shoot the documentary here because it was... Well, yes, I have a return ticket, but it's not for... Well, why would I go home? You met someone? What does that even mean? A candle maker? What? Turn that off.